What is going on YouTube? Oh man, it's been a few years since I've made any videos. Also, a few years since I've been collecting physical cards. And for one reason or another, I've gotten back into it. During COVID times, I kind of fell out of touch with collecting and recently got back into it. And so we got a couple packages in the mail. I'm gonna open some of them up before work, and yeah. So I think previous videos, I've been talking about how I wanted to condense my my collection, and so I bought some cards of some guys that I grew up watching, a couple different mail days or a couple different packages, and so a lot of these are not actually technically PC. IPC Mariners, Seahawks, all the Seattle teams, as that's where I'm from. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's see, what's this first one? Okay, so good example. First card in this is a Vernon Wells Carlos Delgado to 250. So I've been trying to do more of cards that have multiple people on it. So in this sense, I've got Vernon Wells, Carlos Delgado, and with me moving a couple times in the last year and kind of trying to condense that, I've got, this stack is Vernon Wells and Carlos Delgado cards. So it's quite a bit, it's taking up a little bit less space. But I've got, some Vernon Wells jersey, some inserts, and numbered from 2000 Fleer to 2000. So it's just little things like this where I'm like, I don't really need to keep all these cards. So we're kind of slowly whittling down that collection. Yeah. Vernon Wells, Carlos Delgado. Didn't get to see them play as much in person as some of these other cards that you're going to see in a second, such as these. Well, no, I guess I didn't get to see these two as much either. B-Wags, Billy Wagner, and Octavio Dotel, who unfortunately recently passed. Yeah, had a handful of these cards. Again, where is it? I've got a little stack of the cards cards I bought recently, but this is the stack of that lot. Got a fun little Billy Wagner post Astros, as well as a rookie class. None of these would grade well because I've had these since I was a kid, but yeah, so again, kind of trying to find cool little cards of combinations of players, again like this, where it's got two people, and I can kind of just be like, okay, that's all of my Billy Wagners and Dotels condensed into one card. We got a couple more. I went on a bit of a spending spree this past month. Now this, I'm super stoked about. This is the AL West, previously Anaheim Angels, before they took the Los Angeles Angels name. Even though it's got the new logo and not the old Wings logo. But these guys I used to watch all the time because going to Mariners games, we used to go to like the Rangers, Angels, and A's, obviously. And for whatever reason, I feel like we went to, of all the divisional games, it seemed to be the Angels and the Rangers a lot more. So I watched those guys quite a bit. They caused me a lot of nightmares as a Mariners fan, especially post 2001, those rough years of like 04-ish. Pretty tough to watch as an M's fan. Those guys contributed to it. So again, having cards of those guys is pretty cool. This is my stack of those guys right here. Got some a salmon. Predominantly, I feel like it's a lot of Garrett Anderson. So here's all my Garrett Andersons. And he was a player. He was pretty fun to watch, especially that early 2000s stretch. But yeah, salmon. Troy Glaus, who is in a Cardinals jersey in this situation, but I kind of I lump them all together. So yeah, as I was kind of saying, like, this is a small example of like me downsizing, but this is what it looks like. So it's probably a third of this, the cart as far as like the protector and everything go. But yeah, so I've been kind of trying to condense that because, as anybody who collects cards knows, can take up a bit of space, especially when you are trying to move, and they can be a little bit heavy and a little cumbersome, which, my goal is to, at some point, be able to rebuild the collection, but for the time being, we're just focusing on less quantity. Sick. This is from the Autograph Den on eBay. They sell a lot of cards, and so in the same vein, these aren't. This is more like the Billy Wagner one. These aren't any sort of cool numbering or relics, but yeah, this is another attempt by me to get rid of some of the cards that have these guys. So this is Molitor, Yount, and Pat Listash, who I gotta be honest with you, did not buy it for Pat. Bought it for the two guys on the outside. Another one is the NL Strikeouts Leaders unit, Jason Schmidt and Ben Sheets. And then these are where it gets, I'll show this one first. Team leaders for the Brewers, Braun, Prince, and Sheets again. This is where it gets fun. The old-fashioned checklist team leaders. So for the Rays, I've got, is that Roberto Hernandez? Yeah, Roberto Hernandez, Crime Dog, Greg Vaughn, Miguel Cairo. Pretty sweet. The Giants, we've got Jeff Kent, Levon Hernandez, Rob Nen, Barry Bonds, and Marvin Bernard. The Astros, we got Bags, Moises Alou, Dotel, Ellerton from what I believe is Moneyball, and then Cedeno. And then the last one, Dodgers, got a handful of these cards. We got Kevin Brown, Chano Park, Gary Sheffield, Sean Green. And who's that? Brian Shaw? Is that Brian Shaw? I believe it's Brian Shaw. So pretty cool cards there. as I was kind of saying, reducing what I have of those guys, this would be the stack. From this, oh boy, from that to that. So as I was saying before, it's quite a big difference, right? So again, just trying to find ways to keep cards of guys that remind me of my childhood. Loved Sheffield back in the day. Loved that batting stance and him kind of being very Bonds-esque with his moving the bat back and forth in the stance. Sean Green, honestly, criminally underrated in my eyes when you talk about guys back in the 1990s and 2000s nowadays. But yeah, so those are some cards that I picked up that were not relics. And then this last one, I'm struggling to remember which card this would be. In the same vein, though. I think this one, oh, yeah, okay. I made a couple purchases like in the same couple of days. And this in a PWE with some interesting packaging there is a Bat Around the League of some Texas Rangers. We got Wangan in the top corner with Pudge, A-Rod, and Palmeiro, Raffy. So that's a pretty cool card from 02 Upper Deck. And again, here's my stack of Juan Gonzalez and A-Rod and Pudge and Palmeiro. This is the card. So this has kind of been my little project I guess I started in 2022 and then kind of took a bit of a break. But we're getting back to working on that. It's been good. I've been able to find some cool cards. This one I bought a few years ago. I mean, come on. Early triple threads, booklet to 3. Johan Santana, Roy Oswalt, Chris Carpenter, Brandon Webb, Roy Halladay, and CC Sabathia. This thing's sweet. So yeah, trying to find quality. In some instances, sometimes it's, there aren't too many Wagner and Dotel cards, so sometimes you have to take a card to $650. But yeah, that's a recent update. I know it's been a while, but hope everyone's doing well. And I got some more cards coming in soon, so be doing another video shortly. All right, NW National out. Peace.